All right, it is Saturday, March 15th, 2025, and yes, I did the drive out to Scottsdale. So I'm here for the Goodguys Spring Nationals. I'm out at the entrance because this is literally the hardest thing I film because there's like music everywhere at this show. So generally I have to film it in very short clips and try to avoid the copyright people. So I said, okay, I'll film the intro out here. We've covered this one several times in the past and always brought it to you guys. And we got a lot of amazing Goodguys events coming up for you in a few weeks. I'm doing planning to do Pleasanton, and I'm also planning to do Del Mar. We're going to get into that here in a few. Let's go get started right now. All right, we're going to start with some of the cars that are inside. The inside area, if you've ever been to this, isn't that big. There's not a whole lot of cars that are indoors. It's mostly vendors. But there are a few in here. Then we'll get to the outside. I'll see if I get some of the cars that are still driving in for the show as well. Next week, we're off to C10s at the ranch back in California. Week after that, we are doing Pleasanton, Goodguys. And rolling into April, we have Del Mar, Goodguys. I think Pomona Swap Meet on the 13th. Check that tentative list. Let you know what I'm planning on hitting in the near future. It will be in the comment section, pinned at the top, shortly after the video posts. I always say that. It's usually right when the video posts, but occasionally I miss it by like 10 or 15 minutes. Dragster Cadillac powered. It did rain last night and yesterday, so same thing as last year. I had the same issue where it rained. It rained, like I said, and then on the Friday and then Saturday it cleared up. So hopefully, I think we'll still get a great turnout because everybody comes out for this one in this area. Since obviously this is one of the larger shows in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. I got a coupe. Yes, I still have my 40, and I have no idea when I'm gonna get to it. So my life has been very interesting these last 6 months. We would really call it interesting, though. Lincoln Continental, their music keeps cutting in and out now. Nova 66 LS. Alright, 68 Charger. Don't forget Mopar Spring Fling moved to early May, so I'll be doing it on that Sunday, and I hope to have the satellite ready. We get some weekdays without rain. Something might actually happen. And the roll-ins are occurring. 64. I think I've added more stuff to the calendar as of late. So you may want to check it, some updates. I changed the 30th. I'm going to try to do the Hot Rods and Helo show in Huntington Beach, and if there's time, head over to the Lowrider show at the OC Fairgrounds. Keep in mind that's the Sunday after I come back from Pleasanton on that Saturday, so we'll see. That will be a crazy weekend if I can get everything shot. Like I said, with these videos and the car show schedule, it's literally all or nothing on some of these weekends. A Dodge Power Wagon. We got other great stuff coming up. I'm going to try to do Goodguys in Washington State this July as well. The plan is to road trip with my daughter in the low mileage Crown Victoria I just picked up. Yeah, Crown Victoria, here's a 56. The one I picked up was a 2004, so I get super excited. Around here, he's got the vintage trailer. Here, I'll bring you to the inside. Chevelle Super Sport convertible. C10, we'll be seeing all of those next week. Got an Acadian. That's the Canadian Nova. See a lot of those down this way too often. See how everything plays out for the rest of the month. I realize I've been doing a lot of the videos on the smog laws. I will tell you, from everything I have talked to people, looked up, none of the federal stuff going on has anything to do with California state smog inspections, smog checks, or anything like that. So we still need to support Senate Bill 712 if you're in California. Nice Cadillac. So despite what other people are saying, that is everything at the federal level as pertains to 2027 and later new model year vehicles. Very hard to combat the misinformation on that. We got a nice unibody short bed Ford. Had a John Deere whatever truck thing. There you go, 3-door Suburban. Square body. $59. 40 Deluxe. Dart. Pickup, short bed. Actually have a Tri-5 section we'll probably get to here at some point in the video. Bumper cars and vets. There you go. There's the 55. 70 Chevelle. If you see a weekend on the tentative list, I don't have anything, you know there's something coming up, let me know. Generally, if it's Pomona, I'm shooting Pomona. And also, May 17th, I've had 2 different people with car shows contact me. I'm spending that day with my daughter. Nice 40 convert. Wow, a lot of 40s today. I think it's telling me something. I know this guy. 7-hour drive. All right, good luck. Let's say I know this guy. K5.
You're everywhere, aren't you?
I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere. I'm
have to
watching
be,
you, man. You're everywhere, man. I see you here, and I see you there, and everywhere.
All right, take it easy. Lincoln 6 Ford. Yes, folks, I occasionally leave California for things. It's always usually Arizona and Nevada. We'll try to do Washington this year. We'll get a show in another state that we haven't done yet. I got a caddy rolling in. Bi-window coupe. 64 Chevelle. The welcome sign. 67 Camaro. Bump side short bed. So we're supposed to have clear weather today. It was 47 degrees when I started filming. I think it's only supposed to get up to like the low 60s this afternoon. That's a Mopar. in May we got Santa Maria coming up. I'm doing that one in 2 days once again. Friday night cruise. Check out the Packard Hawk. That's a rare one. I don't see those very often. The Nomad. Vet. Camaro. Saying what I may start doing if in the future, if I have two, they're really yummy on that one. I may, if there's two conflicting shows the same weekend that are probably equally big, I may start putting a poll out there and see which one everybody'd rather see me do. Last week I was on the fence between the show in Vegas and then Bakersfield. Everyone said go to Bakersfield, so that's what we did. With a blower. '69 GTO. Studebaker Wrecker. We saw that one here last year. It was the year before. On my satellite, it does run, it does move under its own power. It needs tires right now. And I got to safety check everything. Just have not been able to get to it. I got the carburetor figured out. And like I said, I've got stepfather I got to help out a lot during the week as well. Chevy Custom. may, if there's interest for Pleasanton, go up on Friday, film the swap meet, and then Saturday do the main show. Which is, I only shot the Pleasanton Good Guys once before. I got first gen Econo. If you like the vans, check out the National Boogie Van Day meet I shot a few weeks back, or the SoCal Slow Ride at the beginning of the year. About 150 vans touring the Palos Verdes Peninsula, a crew cab Ford, and a Fiero. These actually have a following, so actually I had a friend of mine when I was in the Navy had a 88 GT, and he loved that car. 87 Grand National. Yeah, 69 Boss 429. Got a 59 Pontiac El Camino. I understand Pontiac actually did do a prototype one, but of course it never actually went into production. Some more classics coming in. 69 Camaro. I think I'm far away from the music. I really hope so. 69 Corvette. Cobra. Got a Torino, Cobra Jet Torino. Younger CH340 car. Torino. Last time you saw two of those within the span of like literally a minute. Sport Fury. Plymouth. Gasser. Brooklyn GT. Definitely not a car you'll see very often. Swinger. I don't think they could get away with putting the word swinger on a car anymore. Yeah, it's definitely something that was okay in the 70s. It's coming through this way. He's coming back again. Got it. 54 Chevrolet. 57 Oldsmobile. Not a car you see very often. Love that three-piece rear window. Key 5 with a metal flaked out boat with big block. This guy just won the 70s. Okay, we saw the 59 Pontiac El Camino. How about a GTO El Camino? A Lincoln Town Car Continental. Seeing 56, 67 Corvette. Plymouth sedan. Merc. Super Beetle. I did sell the 66 Tempest. Actually, the kid that got it figured out it wasn't even a head gasket. It needed a water pump. But you know what? I used the money to buy the Crown Victoria, which I'll use for the channel, so it's all good. I actually wound up getting something I know I'm going to use. It's one of the Shelby cars, I think so. That's the Spirit RT, that one. Another Roadrunner. We've got a few Roadrunners this morning. In fact, my daughter is probably going to wind up with the Grand Marquis for her first car now that I have that Crown Victoria. And I actually did drive the Grand Marquis all the way out here once again. The Z28 in gold. Got a lifted Suburban. Somebody asked me about Rat City Ruckus. I might do it. It's not on the list, but maybe I should at least put it on there as a maybe. It's the day before Pomona, so that might be a little interesting. So I think I meant to put it on the list as a maybe, and I never did. fun. I think if I do it this time, I'm just gonna do the main event. Last year I did the little party they did at Welder Up 65 GTO. I might just go up, have fun in Vegas on Friday, and then film the show on Saturday and come back. Someone called the A-Team. On that Ford. As soon as this next little group rolls through, maybe we'll start walking up and down the aisles. And 65 GTO convertible, very nice. 65 Malibu. Group's a little bigger than I thought it was. That's okay. Well, I realize a lot of my viewers like to see the roll-ins, so I try to accommodate that and the crew. Those are my favorite. My favorite shows to film. I haven't think I've mentioned it in a while though. Are the like the ones where they're cruising and cars are stationary, such as like Riverside Show and Go and stuff like that. So I think we've gotten about a half an hour of like cruise, the rolling footage. In fact, the Friday night cruise was very popular on the channel for Santa Maria last year. And then we got the Temecula Rod Run coming up. Unfortunately, it's still the same weekend as the Riverside Show. I'm going to try to film the Friday cruise like I did last year, and then just multiple uploads and edits and try to get it down where I don't get hit for copyright. That's another one where I have to deal with a lot of music, but I think it wound up only having a problem with about 6 minutes of footage on that. Generally, if there's like loud car noises, it drowns out the music. So that's the reason why I like filming like cars in the ocean. Everyone decided to get here right around 9 o'clock. So you got a 56 four-door hardtop, no air, no post. That's a neat car. A Lincoln Town car. Convertible. Yeah, I think we got a Cummins diesel in there. Dodge commercial rig. Galaxy. A 7-liter. Hornet. 66. The front of the show. This whole line is Camaros, the next line is Mustangs. Generally they're arranged by type of car. Over here we got a 67. A 69 Copo Camaro 427. Definitely a rare one.
Yeah, I say it's gonna be
Nice Camaro.
If you want the
69. Nice convertible 68. E27 small block. That's 69. So I don't know when this video it will be up. I'm guessing Sunday. I do have to drive home this afternoon, and I'll probably just stay home until it gets up tomorrow, because I usually get hit for copyright at least once, and I have to go back and redo it. As of right now, I have not found anything to film for tomorrow, so for now that will be the plan, unless something pops up in my feed. Really second gen Camaro 72 67 convertible. You got this gold Z28. That is just spectacular. What is that, 81 model? That's 65 GTO. And a Cobra. I tell the story, I've never owned a Camaro. Of all the vehicles I've ever owned, none of them were ever a Camaro. I've had 3 Firebirds, 2 Trans Ams, and a Formula 455 many years ago. Bring another shot of this one here. Ken Miles' car, a Nova.
Yeah, there's a bit of a cutoff point. There's the cutoff point, yeah. I thought that was settled on.
66 Hala. Super Sport 2-door hardtop. I got a 1970 all original looking Mach 1 Mustang, a 351.
Okay, that does all the videos?
Yep, that's me.
Okay. Yeah, watch your video.
Check out a Cyclone Mercury 427. It's got 14,000 actual miles on this one. This is the one my dad would have really liked. He liked Mercuries from this era. It's just a really, really, really neat car. Mercury.
I know I've been chasing them. It's a green.
69 Chevelle, 396 with a 375 horsepower. It's all the 8 tracks. It's got Queen and Wild Cherry and Aerosmith. '67 Chevy Super Sport convertible with the 4-speed. He's got the reverb unit. Malays Thunderbird. This one is a 75 model. These were built on the same platform as the Mark IV Lincolns. A 69 Mustang. The Mach 1. Mustang convertible. GT8 Fastback. This one's got the FE 390. And a nice slow pan on this interior. A 70 El Camino, we got Odie in there. It's got Garfield on the windshield. Yeah. I guess this area is generally hard to get later on when the crowd's filling, so we're gonna bounce around a bit. Yes, Lincoln. So it's got a bunch of Mark 8 stuff. Roadster. SS 427 68. All right, 40 pickup. See bigger rolling in. That. At 40. That's for sale. Hopefully you can see it from here. Remember the swap meet rules. Mustang that's for sale. Remember the swap rule 72 model. I don't see a price on it. I gotta check the date of the video before you download anything. Just too far ahead into the future. It does happen on occasion. Actually, we've only ever had like one real problem with that I've actually heard about. So. Demon with a 340. And the rolling ones keep on coming. Folks are waking up realizing the rain is gone. It's turning out to be a really nice day out here at Westworld. At an AMC Rambler. Our 40 pickup. Yeah, the Buick with the 3800 with Sabre. It was a really good car. That 66 Impala. I just got word they moved the builder cars like the ones that are up for awards down below. Right now they put the Tri-5s where those used to be. So we'll plan accordingly here. A Dodge.
Hey, there's our guy.
Slant 6, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, it's slant 6 goodness. Yeah, Mustang 2+2. I'm gonna do the rest of this section, the Tri-5s, and go down and get the builder cars. And we'll come back up and do the rest of this section when there's a band playing. It's all very strategic. I got 56. 66 Chevelle. Roadster pickup. Don't forget we got LA Roadsters coming up Father's Day weekend in June. Friday I'll do the swap meet, and then Saturday we'll do the main show, just like last year. I may enter a car this year just so I can be in there. Yeah, 351 looks like a Windsor. That's 61. Shelby GT350 convertible 68. Ford Coupe. Got the LT1 Corvette Power. 50 Merc Woody. Some of the Chevy power plant. Yeah, the Cosworth Vega. There, 40. This one's a two-door sedan. Oldsmobile. I got a 58 Impala, 348 Tri-Power.
Instead of saying that. knew he was going to be here today. Yeah, that's award-winning right now.
There you go. So the International Bread Truck.
Nice ride though. No, there's a milk truck right there.
F81 Chevy. She got all the fuzz in here. And Plymouth Cuda with Hemi. Yeah, I got a 55. Just talking to this guy who owns this. He's a viewer of the channel. Got a lot of viewers today. I'll be interested to see if I do the Washington Good Guys, how many people watch the channel up there, because obviously I've never covered events up that way. 57 here. So the band, I believe, is warming up, so I think we're okay on the music for now. 56. Crowds are rolling in, so I'm probably gonna get a lot of spectator walking into shots. So this is the Tri-5 row. In fact, if I get through this row and the band is still over here, I'll get more of that section near the band, since later on will be copyright music. Got 57 150, two-door sedan. Got 56 four-door hardtop Chevy. It's got all the pinstriping. Oregon. Actually, if we drive up to Washington, I might see if there's anything like a cruise night, because when I'd be driving through Oregon, it would be like in the middle of the week. There's a cruise night somewhere in Oregon on the way up midweek. I mean, I'll stop at that, film it. That's not till July though, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. I know the Thursday before I'm gonna get tickets for Devo in Seattle. And I'll probably be visiting some relatives and some friends who live up that way. I was in the Navy in Bremerton and Everett for several years in the 90s. Nice Tri-5s. It's always been kind of like the goal of the channel is eventually get to the point where I can afford to do much like longer trips and eventually do East Coast events when possible. So we were just about there and then kind of dipped about a year and a half, 2 years ago. 55 Nomad.
I love your channel.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
56 Gasser. Also, I know some people were concerned about the insurance on the collector cars in California for the new smog bill to be eligible. I think if everything goes well, maybe we'll do like a letter writing campaign, try to get maybe at least one of the collector car insurance companies to consider issuing policies, even if it's a lighter coverage, for comprehensive and whatnot, for cars that aren't garaged. And there's actually, I believe, some people already kind of working on that. So, but I'll have to pursue it a little bit further. 56 Ford hardtop. Like I said, if the bill goes through and all of a sudden there's a need for such a policy, I'm sure one of these companies would like to sign up a lot of new policies and make some extra money. 55. So I will say that the lower field, I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing. I have never been able to. Also, maybe a little muddy today, but that didn't stop us last year. But these Good Guys shows draw so many cars, so many amazing cars, it's just impossible to get them all. We try to bring you what we can.
Okay, yep. Oh, nice, yep.
56.
He's got some cheesy thing. It works, you know.
As long as you can put a cup in there.
Exactly.
57 convertible. Got the vintage camera. I actually got one of those cameras somewhere. Got a Y block. Cuda. Window coupe, chopped. And I got a Buick Caballero 4 hardtop wagon. It's a 57. And I have a friend who still has the 58 I sold him years ago. He still hasn't done anything with it. I think that was about 20 or 25 years ago. probably about 20 years ago. All right, so the music is shut down over in this area since the band's gonna play in a few. There's a little, I hear a little music from the other speaker further off though. You should be okay. Panel. I'm going to get as much of this area while the copyright music is shut off over here, and then we'll go down to the builder cars. Like I said, it's strategy. Got to take what you're given and run with it, right? So I'll get you a few of these vehicles here, such as this Chevy pickup. That Buick Riviera. Goes on Power Tour West. I don't know if they're going to do it again this year. Hopefully they do and they come back really strong and Get some really nice drag race events in there. That would be sweet. So this one romping around earlier in the video. Go look on this one here. Big block with a blower. It's a pretty sweet hot rod. Got a Model A two-door sedan. That is the trunk, literally. Studebaker. I did mention I sold my 53 Starlight to a friend of a friend kind of deal. I said, I got enough on my plate. I still want to get to my 40. I still want to do the satellite. So, and I want to get the metal work done on the Pala that it needs. Here you go. Ford Coupe.
Yes, he's. You name it, he's done it.
With all the 50s accessories, flames and all. I got a Jaguar. That's an XK120. 1948 says. A 1960 Starliner, two-door hardtop. Very nice 1968 Pontiac Firebird. Oh, it sounds like the speaker system broke and the guy's repairing it. I thought, oh, I got lucky. They shut it down for the band. All right, so if this one gets turned back on, I'll go back down below and do the builder cars. Literally, you can see the guy right there. He actually lowered the speaker system. The speaker system here is crystal clear. It's high-end audio, so it makes it like it's not muffled. And when you go in the lower field, there's really a speaker, I'd say, every 20 feet. So they've definitely got the field completely covered. And he's trying to fix it right now as we speak, so let's get as much shot as possible. 65 El Camino. Let's hope it's not fixable for the video's sake. Then they can fix it after the show. It's Mercury. Got a Camaro, second gen Z28. A 1958 Edsel Pacer four-door hardtop. As mentioned, I was in the Edsel Club for many years. I've owned all 3 years of Edsel. Yes, I did have an Edsel Pacer. I now own an AMC Pacer. But I used to have a 58 two-door hardtop Pacer. I did have a four-door hardtop Ranger briefly. I wound up selling to somebody who redid it. A Nova. That tilt front end was Dodge. It's got a modern 5.7 Hemi. Nova. I think the guy might have given up on fixing the speaker system. I lifted 4x4.
You know what his truck looks like, right?
Chevy. Yeah, a bit of a rat rod. This kind of stuff, if I filmed Rat City Ruckus, which I've covered the last couple of years in Las Vegas, it's the kind of stuff you'll see there. They're absolute works of art. I mean, there's just Tons of detail on these cars.
Come over here.
A second gen Camaro Z28. Got the 56 Mercury Montclair. God, that is a giant sign. Wow. My dad used to always put one of those signs on his you know, the little the thing that held it, the not tripod. I guess is that called a tripod? Where he put the sign on there to hold the poster board. And it would always blow over in windstorms. And he got tired of it, so he stopped doing that. I think I may still have the board he used to put up for. It's one of the Torino GTs you saw rolling in. Cobra Jet. A 69 Corvette with a 350 small block. So this one rolling in earlier in the video. It's a Camaro. There's that 59 Pontiac El Camino.
This is awesome.
421 Pontiac Power. It says an award winner sticker on the headlight. You can see why. This is a gorgeous build. Little Pontiac Tempest Le Mans. It says Le Mans. It's had that independent rear suspension, which is similar to a Corvair. I think the band's about ready to start.
So good. I'm like
Model A hot rod. Plays out of Alberta, Canada. There you get a lot of people. They try out all the different good guys, or many of the different. I don't think you could possibly hit all of them unless that's a serious endeavor in itself. There you got the Willys. Saw this one earlier this morning. '53 F100 pickup. This one. So it's for sale, $59,000. Remember them swap meet rules? It's got a LS. You'd be amazed how many cars I've sold for people on these videos. 54 Ford two-door sedan with the Y block. Our 54 is the first year for the Y block. Roadster. Yeah, so we got a band playing now, so we should be a little bit, probably do a couple cars on each clip now. Usually works out that way. So I'm just planning on having to re-edit and repost at least once or twice, so I can bring you the most amount of footage possible. All the 32s over here. Got a 5-window coupe. Actually ran into a couple of people I've never even, I guess they're from out here and they just started filming car show videos, so they came up to talk to me because they've seen my videos. I always say, I know I make it look easy, but it's not. There's a thing of beauty, a Hemi. I always tell the story. I started doing the car show videos to fill in for the smog videos, not knowing it would like turn into like a whole thing. So that was just something that just happened out of nowhere. There you go. More early Hemi goodness with a blower. That one, it's a show winner. There you go, award winner. Seen a few of those. My dad was always into winning trophies at shows. I never was, and I think I've told the story before. I took his his 56 Cadillac to a show, the old GM show in the Valley, Woodland Hills, and he won best in show. This is after he passed, so and I said, man, my dad would be looking down, laughing his butt off. Actually, one time I won an award for my pacer at a show, and just was not expecting it. I think it won like People's Choice, probably because no one had seen a pacer in so long. It just completely took me off guard. Cool hot rod. Yeah, it's a jalopy. Well, some folks rolling in late. Yeah, I got a OBS 97 Tahoe. So we'll be seeing a lot of this stuff at the show next week. It's got the barn doors. And I do realize next week they have the Arizona Rockabilly show out this way again. I don't think I could do trips 3 weekends in a row. If things change, we'll see, but I kind of keep it local next week and then do Pleasanton the following week. Here we got a K5 Blazer with the soft roof. If you haven't figured it out, we are in the truck row. There's actually a couple rows of trucks here. Now the band's doing Dire Straits covers. Also, for music, I have not done my Mike Finds Things videos in a while. I just don't have time to go out and find stuff like I was. So I changed change it to just be general stuff that I find, not just records. I do have like a bunch of records that have not been in a video. We'll see. Obviously, this channel takes precedence over that one.
Guess what hasn't happened?
Custom GMC, like you put the little extended cab with the extra door. Flings out. Looks like they had on the 90s trucks. There's C10.
Okay, that's gonna be tomorrow. Yeah.
They're so fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Okay, what's going on here?
Red too.
I got a Ford bump side. Slammed. I think there was something on the same day as the F100 National. I think the Carpinteria show moved to that. I got a buddy that's trying to get me to do Carpinteria. So that one's still a coin flip. That's not till June, but so yeah, my friend Mike, who has the Gremlin, is really pushing me to do Carpinteria with the Pacer. So one of those where it's kind of a coin flip. There's a Carpinteria show at the end of June is kind of nice because it's by the beach, so the weather's a little bit cooler. And last year it was on it was in July, I believe. No, I think it was a week after the 4th of July show in Fillmore that I cover every year. Or at least I've covered for the last 2 years. All kinds of great shows coming up. 53 F100. Got a Y block in it. Alright, I just had to stop and take a check. It looks like this video, I should be able to beat last year's length of the video. Partially because I did a lot of the roll-ins and like I said, avoiding the music since the speaker system in this area went down. I just want to make sure. I never like to post a shorter video than prior years.
Absolutely.
So I just had to double check that. Last year's I believe was an hour and 32 minutes. And so far I've shot an hour and roughly 20 minutes of footage this year, give or take. Yeah, this GMC Sonoma GT. This is like a budget Cyclone if you didn't want to go super fast. This one looks to be all original too. Alright, square body. I always say I had all my square body pickups back when they weren't worth anything. Yes, I even had short beds. And I even had a pre-smog short bed, square body. A very nice 74 with a straight 6 and a 3-speed. There you go, lowrider C10. They don't got all lowriders at this Goodguys. The one in San Diego, they have a whole hall full of lowriders since it's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. And the Pleasanton's at the Alameda County Fairgrounds, and they have a whole hall of lowriders at that one. And planning on doing that Felix Chevy show next, Felix Chevrolet in downtown LA next month. It's right after the Long Beach swap meet, so I'm going to try to get 2 in one day. Also, they're not doing the Lowrider Super Show in Long Beach this year. They moved to San Diego, and they are still charging. They have a pretty high fee to film because some guy messed it up and brought a model that, let's just say, wasn't appropriately dressed to the Phoenix show last year. So now they have all these weird requirements. So I don't think I'm going to be covering their show this year, even the one in San Diego. There you go, here's that Dodge commercial race. Got a 12 valve 5.9 Cummins diesel. I still have my 96 Ram Cummins. I've got to figure out the brakes on it. It's got the anti-lock brake system is goofy on it. Last time I replaced the rear sensor and it fixed the problem, and I tried it again and that did not work. So we need to find somebody who's a little more well versed in the ABS systems on those trucks. It's an 85 M35A2 military vehicle. C10. Very nice C10. K5. A Falcon Ranchero. 67 Chevelle. That's 396. Beautiful Grand Sport Riviera. This thing is gorgeous. This is the Grand Sport variety. You don't see those very often. We got the Buick trunk mat. El Camino. Very nice Nova. is the Pontiac section over here. Got a Catalina station wagon. This is a 63. So you do not see these big Pontiac wagons very often. Got a Trans Am 1970 model. Got an LS. This one's a 77. I had a 77 black years ago without the T-tops. My Navy days, I always say I paid $500 for it in Navy housing. Me and my friends worked on it for an afternoon, had it running and driving, and it even passed California smog that day. And the guy who sold it to me was not too happy about that, but 79 Trans Am.
I'm trying to introduce you to Jimmy. He's right next to me.
So like I said, that was that guy wasn't very happy, and then his neighbors were like bringing us lemonade and stuff, like, oh, we're so glad someone's doing something with this car. They're telling us stories how they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the car, started tearing everything apart. And we figured out, oh, the HEI module was bad. But by then he'd already pulled a bunch more apart than he probably should have. Those were fun times. I sold it to a friend of mine. He drove that car all the way to South Carolina when he got out of the Navy. And I talked to him years later, and he said the guy he sold it to lived in his town, and that car did eventually get fully restored. But back in the 90s, it was not a very expensive car. I got another Cobra. This actually would be a great show to cover in 2 days if we can get to. Maybe next year, if it looks like the weather report's going to be sun for Friday, Saturday, do that Friday, Saturday. Another Trans Am. Also, mine had the Olds 403 because the California ones did. New back one. As of right now, I do have to be back on Sundays, at least in the afternoon. Boss Mustang. I'm just gonna let you take that in there for a second. Obviously a very rare car and a highly sought after from its race history. Always great when they have race history on them. Got a 1956 Gasser over here. That's 68. All right, we're gonna get a couple more cars here, and then we're gonna go down and do the builder cars. .26 Hemi Super B. Original window sticker, 3,943. What a deal. Gorgeous Mopar muscle. 90s Jeep. Alright, now we're finally going down to the lower level. Now we do the lower level. Obviously, this is not the builder's choice award car. This is Camaro, but we'll bring it to you anyway. Stopped to have some lunch, took a break, recharged the batteries for the microphone system. A 60 El Camino.
I know. Man, I'm sure you paid for it. It's actually.
So we'll get you some of the builder cars. I do have to get back home tonight, so I'll stretch this out as long as I can.
That Camino's bad. Like, looks good though.
International truck. So I don't know how much of the field I'm going to be able to do today. We will see. The builder's choice section. We're in a Chevy pickup. So next year, I think I'll come down and do these first. Last year, usually they're up top where the Tri-5s were that we saw. These are the cars that are up for the big award. C10. Yeah, 50 Lincoln. Got the lace work on the top. I don't know if it's going to come through in the video. It's very faint, subtle. I see with a lot of these, it's very hard to get the details all on camera. Maybe from this side you can see it better. Corvette.
Yeah, quite a few.
Supercharger on a big block.
Producer.
On CUDA. Yep, the custom headliner. There's the custom headliner. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, good.
Well, we got to go over early yesterday. I felt like a new berry.
All right, 36 Ford. Pickup truck.
This one.
40 convertible. One's for sale. There you go. There's the info. Roadster. Get you through here.
Dogs are closed.
So these guys.
I respond to anything that says any
Camaro.
It's a Lexus Plus. So like from like a 350 or
69 Z28. It's definitely warmed up quite a bit. It's that time of year where you're just used to it being cold. And then when it's like slightly warm, it feels like it's hotter than it really is. There you go, this Ford F100 for sale for $70,000. There you go.
Hey, what's your YouTube
Caddy. I got a Fairlane 427. St. Lord Cam.
So the girls were excited. They brought all the restaurants. It was only worth $30,000. In my mind, it was worth sticker.
66 Chevelle. Yeah, Vega 75, 29,000 on that one. V8 powered. There you go. We got a Packard, a Roadster. Got those wires. Yes, it has the golf club door. If you like stuff like this, check out one of my videos I've shot at San Marino Classic. They got lots of great vehicles of this era. Really amazing stuff. Got Studebaker with the supercharger.
Actually, on this trip, I've got a chingy in the mirror on the driver's side. Yeah. I got this cheaper, probably 10 grand cheaper than a
Corvette. It's a 99, so a C5. But it's a very clean one.
This one? Yeah. No, we're
Ford Coupe. Nice K5. A custom, he won an award. 54 Chevy, very Watson style paint. Nova. GTO convertible, 1967. Our sticker on this one was 3768. It's got a 4-speed. Got a 59 El Camino 348 with a tri-power on this one. Model T.
Yeah, here's Mike, man.
Has a nice traditional Ford pickup. Small block Chevy. It's just a really nice truck.
It's not a torque. Little see how small it is? Mine's like this. This is way smaller.
And custom grill on this Camaro. These are the kinds of cars, this is the kind of thing you see at SEMA or, of course, here or Grand National Roadster.
Got a name or something. Yeah.
Really, really nice build. Nice C10. Remember, we got the C10s at the ranch next weekend. I think it's in Agua Dulce. It's somewhere. It's near LA. It's up towards Palmdale. 35 Ford. Ford pickup. Cougar XR7, 1967 model. I'll come over and show you this Nova. First gen Econo. He's got Serve Pro on the side. I've been seeing the Serve Pro trucks around my area because of the Eaton fires up in Altadena.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's gonna be a long process of rebuilding that community. 54 Ford. I think I'm not gonna do the field. I do have to get back to LA tonight. I did beat last year's video for length, so that's good. There is no way to catch this entire show in one day, and I think next year I'm going to monitor the weather ahead. Well, I always monitor the weather ahead of time and try to figure out a way to do 2 days, whether it be Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. This one is for sale. Let's bring you the sign because we're already over here. It says 17K on that. $390 with an automatic. All right, that's going to wrap things up here at the Goodguys Spring Nationals at Westworld in Scottsdale for 2025. Just a reminder, next week we have the C10s at the ranch. In a couple weeks we do have another Goodguys event in Pleasanton. And I think the week or two after that we have the Goodguys event at Del Mar. So lots of other great events. Maybe I'll try to make that one of those like a 2-day thing. Just wasn't able to do that for this one, unfortunately. A lot of amazing cars here. We've got a lot of great footage, so be sure to like the video, comment on some of these cars, check the tentative list, let you know what I'm planning on filming. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.